you go? Saw a friend who said they saw you. I didn't know where you go can stop your breathing. And I know you'll see me often. 'Cause you know, and I know that you're not leaving. Do you remember? Do you remember? My heart is breaking off, now you're dancing in the dark. I wonder where you are, and I wish I would've known. Kira, Kira. Where'd you go? Nights alone on rooftops waiting. And I know you leave me undone. Do you remember? Do you remember? My heart is breaking off, now you're dancing in the dark. I wonder where you are, and I wish I would've known. Kira, Kira.
Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness. Hopefully I'm not muted, contentment, and NFTs. And I felt like I was 11 years old again with the AV technology issues that I just had, but the dojo still must go on. Shout out to the dojo. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this on. Hiya. We're in the fucking dojo. We are hanging out. The light is working. The light in me is working. The light in you is working. How is your mind? How is your energy? Shout out to Kelsey White in the chat. Chat is working. We have a great show for you. Episode 97 of Live with the Sensei. 97. God dang. Literally made it to 97 episodes. Can you believe it? I can't. I actually can. I put in the work. But so many stories have been told over the years. And this one, I believe, is going to be another one of those iconic stories. We have to archive it. But first off, tell your grandma to get in the chat. There's only 15 toys left before we sell out of NFTs to get into the dojo. Glasses are broken. I know. Trying to fucking... I like these glasses. That's why I'm sentimental. It's a sentimental thing. Sentimental. Shout out to the April Union family. I'm actually gonna fucking just show this stream in their chat. That's what I should do right now, right? This is what we do. We chill so we bleed out of our eyes. Live, homies. Fucking the link is not even on there. I am an absolute mess. Hold on one sec. Oh, bada bing, bing bong. Boom. So now the April Union homies are gonna flood the chat because we gotta get this man's message out there. Without further ado, beloved, let's introduce you to Waxbones. I actually saw his mustache, so I'm a fan. In 3, 2, 1.
What up?
What up, dude? Yo, you are in the dojo. The ninjas literally kidnapped you. Are you
Yeah.
safe?
I'm okay. I'm feeling a bit traumatized, but I'm good. I'm okay. I'm
Yes,
okay.
they cannot put any scars on your body. That's the number one rule. No scars on your body, right? You didn't get cut by a ninja blade.
No, no, no blades. No blades. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, okay.
There was a battle though. It was intense. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, this will probably be an intent, not a less intense interview. You came highly recommended. The stream is called "Is Waxbones APO or No?" Do you know what APO means?
I don't. Tell me. What is APO?
APO means Alpha Plays Only. Here's the sound.
Alpha plays only.
So Alpha Plays Only. So we're gonna figure out if you're APO or not. I heard you are, but we're about to dive deep. First off, how's your mind? How's your energy?
Good. Yeah, I'm feeling really good today. Really good. My washing machine broke this morning though. I had to spend some time fixing that. But after that, I was all good.
Did you get any dirty filth, water on your hands?
Yeah, and not just on my hands, all over the floor as well.
Dang, that might help your mutating art process. Your art is beautiful. I mean, it's a mutation. It's a deep dark science. It's a mad science at work.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, why is it so fucked up?
I don't know. Art has always been a coping mechanism for me. So maybe it's just my inner monologue, my inner mental health issues just coming out.
Wow. Oh, awesome. You know, it tends to be like some of the smartest people on the planet are sometimes the most cynical people. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm pretty cynical, to be fair.
For real? Like a walking cynic?
I try to stay positive and I try to have a bright outlook, but you know, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes life gets you down.
I feel you, bro. And we cope with art. Kelsey White says, woohoo! GMRK say, my guy. GMRK say, APO sheesh. Those are some fine stashes on those fine gentlemen. Wow. See? This is not your average show, guys. You had a Twitter space today.
Yeah, I was chatting with Super Nifty and the Imps team just a minute ago. They're lovely guys. They're lovely.
Dude, I haven't bought your work yet, but by the end of this stream, I'm probably gonna have to because I love the connections of meeting the artist and hearing the story. For those that don't know the story, who is Waxbones? Who is the essence, the TLDR Waxbone? Bones.
So I am a graphic artist based in Bristol in the UK. I've been doing art all my life. I was a senior graphic designer for a wayfinding company until very recently. So designing maps and signs and stuff. Got into NFTs early last year, and it's just been a roller coaster ride from there, really. I ended up quitting my 10-year graphic design career about 3 months ago to pursue this full time. So, you know, I'm in it. I'm all in, baby.
Was there a lot of burnout? Because it seems like Web 2 failed me in a sense because they just wanted me to produce so much and pay me so minimum. Did that world fail you at all, or were you getting paid fair wage, a living wage?
I think I was being paid a decent salary. Like I sort of worked my way up. So I was in the same job since leaving university all the way up to now. So I sort of worked my way up the ladder, and it was a great company and gave me a lot of opportunities, but I didn't, you know, after 10 years of doing the same thing, something else has got to fill that creative void that is being created by client work and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I love when my voids get filled. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling when they fill my void.
Exactly, and that's what NFTs did to me. It just went all in my void. Thick and hot.
I gotta say some of that. For sure. Dude, we're having a good time here. First off, how do you know the legend Bitcoinski? Because I met Bitcoinski at a bar. He had the great chin and great jawline, and you could tell with someone with a great chin you can trust. So he has a trust in this essence of blockchain. So what is how do you know Bitcoinski?
So I think we kind of just floated around the same crowds a little bit, you know. I came up at the similar sort of time as Ron Brandt, as Mark the Habibi, Orphan, all of those guys.
You were in that same time?
Yeah. So beginning of last year, we all sort of were on the same course at the very beginning.
Were you on Rarible?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were on the highlight page?
No, yes, I did
you
make
should.
it. I made it through other people's collections, so I did a lot of collabs on collections.
Wow. Small world. All right, keep going.
Yeah, and then my idea for my latest project took me again to Bitcoinski, and that's when we first started chatting properly. So maybe October last year, and I was like, this guy is the guy that I need on my project. I had spoken to so many developers, but this guy gets it. And then from there,
he just gets it. We're on PrometheusLab right now. It says powered by props. What does powered by props mean on here?
they did all the dev, all the UI, all the UX, and I sort of just I pitched them the idea. I pitched them how I wanted it to work, like the UI mechanic, and they loved it, and they just did it. And it was one of those partnerships where it's a true collaboration. It's like I can say, this is my idea, and they'll come back and say, your idea was great, we've done this as well. And I'm like, that's just taking it to another level. You guys get it.
Did they ever say your idea was rubbish? The Bitcoinski's not like a mean guy. But
No, I don't think he'd ever say that. No. I think we perhaps swayed me into a different direction if the path I was going down was rubbish. But he's never said a bad word.
Legend. Oh, right here it says it's either a weekday or a weekend. You can't quite remember. There's a fresh chill in the air and clouds are beginning to loom overhead. It's getting late, but not too late. Somewhere between dinner time and bedtime, I'd say. You receive an invite and now you're here, walking up the path to the front door. What's up with this storytelling? This is beautiful.
Hey, this project has been a labor of love for me for the past year, and I knew from the beginning that it needed to be narrative driven from the start. Like, I didn't want to shoehorn a narrative later on. So I started by writing the story. I knew how the story wanted to go, and I'm not a writer. I just wrote it as how I talk. And it just felt funny and natural, and it sort of developed into the art and everything else.
Wow. Beautiful intention. We live in a place where degens run the space, and they have a way of taking your soul away. That was a poem, but for real, I mean, a lot of these artists, as an artist, these degens demand utility. It's a demand. It literally is saying, hey, I need this. But what is your take on that? Are you trying to be a true artist? Are you trying to use some utility with the art? What's your MO here?
I said from the beginning, I am not promising a roadmap or utility. There is one. I have one written down, but I feel like this space moves so quickly. It's irresponsible for me right now to promise a load of things that I may not be able to deliver, or that goes out of trend in 2 weeks' time. So I've made it very clear that I have plans for the collection. If you've followed me for the past year and a half, you know that I'm in this fully. But I'm not promising anything because I need to stay flexible, and it's my responsibility to stay flexible for the collectors, for me, for the project. And I think if people have read it the way that I've written it and they agree, then that's amazing. It may not sit well with some people, and that's fine as well. You know, there's a million projects out there.
For real. I've collected the Mark the Habibis, the Shaka Bloods, the G-Vols. G-Vol was sick for a while. He said he just had to take a break from the space for his mental health. I gave him shit for that one time. Sorry, G-Vol. And I just, we're current in the meta of these anonymous mints, no teams, selling out crazy. You couldn't do that in the traditional IPO world. You couldn't just say, hey, give me millions of dollars and we're not going to show our face and expect us to deliver. Like, what do you think we have to do to recenter ourselves back to the art? Or is it just we just have to remove some of these degens and get back to 50-50? What do you think?
It's funny, isn't it? I think that people want one thing, but when push comes to shove and when they have to put their money on the line, they go for the opposite. So they'll say that they want innovate, and I'm speaking very broadly here. I'm not saying all people, but who will say they want innovation, they want a docs team, they want it to be artist led. But as soon as someone puts free on it, they don't care. Like, they're straight on it. And if someone says, "Oh, this is going to cost you 0.1," I'm not paying for innovation. Like, you either give it to me for free or I'm not going to have it. So I think we're in a very weird time right now. I think the trend is free mints, isn't it? Like, everything's free at the moment.
Yeah.
But none of these teams are doxed. Like, you're getting a free thing, but you can't complain later on if you're going to get.
And a lot of the artistry of the one-on-one artists, like Ferocious, people, they only care about this stuff if it's making Christie's auction house. It becomes something of value when you have the clout or the. It's a weird thing. Like, that's why I'm holding my Shaka-Buzz, I'm holding my Mark the Habibis. I believe those projects can make it into the narrative, your project into the narrative of historical, righteous, like, NFTs that did something, that really build the community,
I hope so. And I think the only way to do that is to do it your own way. I've never compromised on anything that I've done. I've done everything my way, and I've done it for me, really, and my family. And that resonates with people. I think that honesty and that approach to things, that no bullshit approach, is really important, and that will be the thing that, like, stands the test of time.
In essence, he said this, guys. Fuck this fucking. Hold on.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
He's doing it live in real time.
Exactly. Exactly.
We're gonna go back to PrometheusLab. Before I get to know what Waxbones comes from. Chapter 2 here says Prometheus. They call him the modern Prometheus. You want to read that? I want to hear it in your accent.
I have to get it up.
Yep, take your time. Because I love the artwork, him looking at the shadows. Who the fuck is this Prometheus dude? Looks kind of weird. Drinks probably a lot of craft beer, and probably drinks blood.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hold the mic up there here because I feel like the look of the mic really.
They can't see you right now, but they can hear you.
Oh, okay, shit. I'm gonna hold it up anyway. I'm gonna hold it up for you. They call him the modern Prometheus. They say he's trying to create the perfect organism, trying to find the ascendancy strain. They say he's playing God. No idea what the ascendancy strain is, but it doesn't sound good, does it? He answers the door, tall and wiry, proper creepy. You can't remember why you were invited, but now you're following him to the lab.
Then you're gonna keep going. The laboratory. Look at this. Look at this. A semblance of fucking flesh and blood behind him.
The lab. The lab is dank, but strangely sterile. Not a clue how he managed to get planning permission or contractors to build this. The equipment is like nothing you've seen before. You're immediately drawn to the body parts in jars. Some sort of lizard, something furry. Is that a tarboosh? He seems to be splicing together different parts from different creatures, like a fucked up pick and mix. The brain from this thing, the eyes from that thing, maybe a dash of cayenne and a sprinkle of oregano. That was for you guys, the pronunciation of oregano.
Say it again.
We call it oregano.
Oregano. Oregano in the building, guys. Give me extra oregano on my pizza. I know the chat is fucking going crazy. Speaking of true, love it, especially with his accent. We're about to reveal the art because the art is very. I've seen that model before where you can interchange traits. It's kind of like a trait vending machine.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that concept? Is that your concept?
The idea. Well, I mean, I'm sure someone's done it before. The idea of customizing. I kind of wanted to do it originally a bit like a video game character creator, but that feels overwhelming. If you ever done like a Fallout or something like that, there's just so many options. For me, it gets overwhelming, and at the end of the day, I just don't care what I look like. So having that role, that spin, like gamifying it a little bit, and yeah, so
it works so well with a narrative too, because you're taking a little bit of this, T-Rex brain, you're taking a little bit of this witch's face, or whatever, her mouth.
I wanted there to be a reason for you to mint this. I didn't want it to just be I'm a nerd sat behind my computer and I've hit mint. I wanted there to feel like there was a reason you were creating this thing.
Wow. So in essence, you're really bringing them in the laboratory.
Yeah, you're kind of jumping between characters. So you start off as you, like walking through the lab, and then when you go through the minting experience, you kind of take on the role of this Dr. Prometheus and create this abomination.
Holy smokes. I feel like I have to show the stream now that you said that. We actually have to reveal it, guys. It's over. Actually, let's keep reading the narrative before we get into the minting. I'm gonna take over from here.
Okay, go.
My country Jersey accent is gonna take over. It says, us above, as above, so below, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's a magical term. He leaves you alone in the lab for a moment, and the sound of movement draws you to a wooden door leading to a staircase in the corner of the room. Poorly lit and strangely moist. The smell hits you in the face like a hot flannel. They say curiosity killed the cat, but cats have 9 lives, so it's probably fine to see what's down there, right? You walk down the stone steps to the dark room with a furnace burning hotter than hell. Figures move in the darkness behind the bars of cages that line the room. Take over.
It's clear that these creatures were not born this way. If they were, then you don't want to know how they were conceived. Their twisted features move in the dim glow from the furnace. They're abominations, not good enough. Failures, says a voice behind you. Probably time to make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. Before you can turn to respond, everything goes black.
Wow. So you're telling me that after I mint, there's a cliffhanger of the story that you're telling.
Yeah.
Oh, smoke. Holy smoke. No wonder Orphan changed his profile picture to this shit. Man, once Orphan changes his profile picture, no, it's a movie, bro. Like, can you tell me about these traits? How many variation of traits? I'm seeing so much good shit, like the crab in the mouth, the full skelly, the soup, the carrot. Can you tell me about these traits you drew?
Yeah, I kind of just went fucking wild, man. Like it was one of those things. You start off with the standard stuff. I had a skull in there, and then I had there's a pumpkin, like kind of harkening back to some of the old pieces that I'd done. And then I wanted to include some friends. Like this felt like an opportunity to splice together other people's universes. So, I chatted to Mark and we got Habibi in there, chatted to Beck and we put Savage Dogs in there, chatted to Xcopy and we got Right Click Save As Guy in there.
Chatted to Xcopy?
Yeah. Xcopy was one of my first collectors. So we've chatted for quite a while. Yeah, and then once you had them and those guys were on board, which was amazing, then I just kept. They were almost like shower thoughts. I'd be in the shower and I'd be like, oh, what if I did a crab, or what if I put a knife through the top of one of these like mad things, or it just kept coming out of me. And because I had a very limited color palette, it was like, oh, I need a bit more green in this thing. I need a bit more red in that thing.
I'm pretty sure it challenged you in a way of kind of like an architect would.
Yeah, it was it's very different because I did a different generative with Rembrandt for this, and it was a little bit more standard. So I'd have to draw 50 eyes, 50 mouths, 50 noses, Whereas this, you're basically drawing 100 different characters and then cutting them into pieces. So it was a completely different challenge. In a way, I preferred it because it was way more freeing. I could go mad with it a bit.
Wow. How many chances do you get to roll your creation before you have to mint? Is it on unlimited?
Yeah, you can roll forever if you want. Like a lot of people have just been playing with it. Like they may not have the money to buy it, but to mint it, but they've just been mucking around with the website, and I love that. Like it's just fun.
Hold on, let me muck around because I feel like I need to muck. So this is, you have the dice on all north, east, west, south,
and then if you click the body as well,
you can click the body. it just does a randomizer, or for the body?
For the body, yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. That's wild. And then boom, so fluid, the website.
It's perfect, isn't it? Like Bitcoinski and the props team have absolutely nailed it. Like in my head, it was just a button and then the trait changed. But then Calvin, who's on the props team, added this almost like a slot machine, this spin thing, which just makes it.
Holy smokes. Are you ever going to get the same trace in this? Because when I press each one, it's like they have a whole new catalog that's popping.
Yeah, so some of them match up. So you can get all 4 of them to create a whole Habibi if you wanted. Or a whole whatever. Some traits only have a top, some only have a bottom. It's kind of just random. I've been kind of discreet with what is available and what isn't available, just so that people can play and be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, I love that, dude. That is fluid as it gets. Holy shit! Shout out to Bitcoinski again, and you and that whole vision of that team. Wow. Wow, that's way better than playing the casino slot. What is a max mint on this project?
So we're going 3,333, right? But we're in a bit of a fucked up market right now. And I'm not in any rush to sell out, because actually that gives us an interesting opportunity here to update things while the mint is still going. So you can, if you put your mindset into the mind of a scientist doing experiments, if you keep trying the same thing over and over and over again, you're never going to solve the experiment or solve the puzzle. So we're thinking in a week's time, in 2 weeks' time, what happens when we start to retire certain traits, like the dead fella ones come out of the mix, and we start adding new things into it during the mint.
Wow, that's awesome. Because is that because the contracts nowadays are just super kind of interoperable, and they can update in real time?
I guess so, yeah. Like, I think, as far as I understand it, and I'm not a technical person, but we can just remove parts from the bucket essentially and add new things. So we can keep this fresh until it sells out, and then we can add different incentives. Like if the dead fellas traits are coming out of it, we can then reward the people that have the dead fellas traits. And also it makes those traits rarer because they've been taken out of it. Like there's no rarities in this at all. Like there's equal opportunity to get anything you want. But inherently, as collectors keep buying, certain things become more and less rare. So it's like the most popular things almost become the least rare.
Got it, because you mint them.
Exactly.
There's a max mint on each trait,
Nope.
so to speak? No, okay.
No.
But can people have the same identical look?
Yeah, they could do. So this is why I keep saying that this isn't a PFP, and I really encourage people to read the FAQ on the website. It's not a standard PFP. It's almost like an addition, a PFP, a one of one, an updatable piece of artwork, all at the same time. It's a hard thing to try and get people out of the standard 10k PFP mindset.
No, I get it. I'm the sensei. We completely drive in with the turkey on this one, because it's needed. It's I come from the Nifty Gateways, the Rareables, those additions. Especially the way that you're telling the story and your intentionality and who you're working with. I can only see this going to Valhalla. Absolutely. I really want that team, that cream team, or just that team in general to really shine. I feel like right now the marketing is so in favor of degen plays. I feel like right now, as we come together, we'll market each other. We'll be the marketing force. Yeah.
I think that's really important. Like you can tell who is in this for the right reasons and who is in this for a quick buck. I think it's really clear. It's just people need to cotton onto it. They need to try and spot them rather than just trying to jump into what they think is going to make them a quick buck.
For sure. Waxbones, what does the community mean to you? How's that community responded to this project? Do you have a Discord? Like, what's the What are they saying? How are they making you feel every day when you wake up?
Yeah, I started a Discord because at the end of last year, because people kept asking for it. And this was before any of this, so it was really just a place for me to put the art that I was creating, the collabs that I was doing, and I started to notice there were the same names that were really into my work and really active and really helping me and collecting, and that's humbling in itself. That's amazing. And the response to this has been overwhelmingly positive. I'm not worried about people minting. I'm more into hearing people playing with it and saying they're really enjoying it, or they've let their kid sit there and just spin the buttons just for fun. Like, I love that. The community on this already, whilst small and kind of culty, it's just beautiful. I love it. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been able to quit my job without a community of people that have followed me and helped me from the beginning.
Wow, I love that. Without art, what would you be? Because I see behind you, you have this really nice shirt. Are you one of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? That's what you would be, a hired assassin, if you weren't an artist?
The shirt is actually my wedding shirt. I'm getting married in a couple of weeks.
You are?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I thought you were part of a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or something.
No, although I do look damn good in it. I do look
damn good, dude. Holy smokes. So you ready to party? Are you
kind of.
Nervous?
Not about getting married. I haven't had a doubt or any doubt in my mind since the moment I met my partner.
Aww.
I'm more worried about standing up in front of people and talking about that love.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I know, man. Especially with like cousins that you never seen before. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you my deepest, darkest feelings right now, cousin.
I mean, most of her family are from South Africa, so I haven't even met them, and they're all flying over to the UK for the wedding. So that's a bit terrifying.
Shit. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Honestly, dude, I honestly think I think I'm breaking the model, not the model, but I'm figuring out that Twitter Spaces has a power to it when you unite the right mind. Like, you just unite the broken, like you unite the misfit. And I'm seeing some really cool stuff with a project called April Union and Wagdie, which is like I'm seeing some cool shit here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like sparking my my brain. Are you active on Twitter Spaces to get the word out, or just hanging out with the community, or are you so busy creating?
Yeah, no, I actually host my own weekly spaces called Waxing Lyrical, where I basically do this, just chat shit with someone. I've had to put that on hiatus for a bit just to get this bit out the door. It's just been taking up all of my time. So, but I love engaging in spaces and chatting about my work and other people's work and meeting new people. I think Twitter Spaces is perfect for this.
I used to hate on Twitter Spaces, bro. I really used to. I really used to think that most of the people on Twitter Spaces were shilling you an idea, toxic positive, saying we're all gonna make it, knowing that they already bought the bag, and they're trying to, it's just I'm finding a better. After this bear market is allowing for growth.
Yeah, I think Twitter Spaces and the good ones now are becoming regular radio shows, really. And I think those are the ones that are really interesting. The influencers talking about what artists need to do to make it are just, it's all bullshit. It's all just a shill thing. But
for sure. Where you get the name Waxbones from? Like, where's that come from?
That's a funny story.
So good.
So I think back in probably about 2016, I sort of started a side hustle where I was screen printing record player slip mats. I was doing designs onto them, and I needed a name for that company. And records used to be made out of wax, and bone. The skeleton is something that holds up the body, so the slip mat is holding up the wax record, so it's the bones, the wax bones. So that's kind of where it came from.
Wow.
And it's just stuck from there.
I thought in another multiverse you were like from Dr. Prometheus or something, just fucking killing bugs and shit, like Sid from Toy Story.
I have a very rare condition where my bones are made out of wax. So if I go out in the sunlight, I just melt into a puddle.
Whoa! Keep that. keep that. Sorry, first off, but keep that lore going.
Yeah.
We need more wax-boned people in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to just fucking do everything we can to go viral. What was your family like? What was your upbringing like? Did blue collar, artist mom, piano playing dad? What?
My mum was a stay-at-home mum. She's amazing. My dad worked at a nuclear power plant, but when I was a kid, he was also doing his post-grad fine art degree. So art was always present in the house.
A nuclear scientist wanting to go to the art field.
He was actually on the safety side of things, so he was more the Homer Simpson.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that was great. I have a brother, but we don't talk. Just family stuff.
For sure. So what do they think about NFTs and what you're doing here? Do they think it's just some hoopla, or like what do you had to? They still don't understand?
Yeah, they're incredibly supportive. They don't understand it. They've tried. I've set my dad up with a wallet, and I airdropped him something, and I think they like the idea of it. I just don't think they understand it at all. But they're very supportive. They love the art, the design. So that's lovely.
Nice. Will you go with Token or will you go with Asimov? Let me see where your mind is at. Token or Asimov?
Asimov.
Why Asimov and not Token?
I prefer the sci-fi rather than the fantasy. I love Tolkien. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit was one of the first books that I remember reading when I was my early kid.
Yeah.
But sci-fi for me has always been the number one. You know, Star Wars is just like a lot of kids that grew up in the early 90s, the late 80s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think humanity would benefit in a real-time D&D game where you lost your life? If you lost?
We do, don't we? Isn't that life?
You caught what I was trying to do.
Jeez.
Yeah. Beautiful. What are some people you can highlight in the NFT space from your kind of you seem like just a realist, a real awesome person. Like, who in the NFT space deserves credit, like, in your mind?
I think that there's so many people doing great stuff. Like, I think Beck and his stuff that with Savage Dogs and Savage Droids is amazing. And I've chatted to him loads. He knows what he's doing. Xcopy's been incredibly supportive of me. Brian Brinkman as well has been very supportive. All of those Cream Team guys, I would support anything they do. Domino is going to change the face of music. Like, sure. He is going to change the way. I genuinely believe this. Even if he wasn't my friend and I'd never spoken to him before, I genuinely believe that he is going to change how we consume music in the future and how record labels operate. I just think it's going to happen.
Wow, I love how you just shout out to Domino. He's going to be doing his thing in New York.
Yeah.
Are you going?
I wish. Wedding.
Okay. Sweet. Hopefully, please. I'm gonna tell you something. I went to a wedding. I don't know if you're gonna play the radio on the dance floor, but the radio hits are okay. Hopefully, I know you had to appease the crowd, but I fucking hate the radio.
Yeah, we've got a band.
Let's go.
For most of it. Yeah.
Hold on, let's go. Let's go for sure. The baby sound. Dude, I really appreciate it. What is the mint price of that? I think you literally passed my test. I'm going to mint this project.
Amazing. It's 0.1.
Cool. It's worth it. 333 at 0.1. You're not getting rugged. You're not fucking getting sold dreams in a barrel. Yes. And you're saying what does the future look like for this project?
The future. So we are going to be and this is some alpha really, because it's not been announced, but we are going to be removing traits from the collection. So some people will have traits that don't exist anymore, or at least from the minting experience, not from the collection. And then we're going to be adding new ones and partnering with new communities. Like me and Kid 8 have been chatting. I know Lorona has seen the project, which is amazing. So I'm going to chat with her a little bit. And then
for the boys.
Yeah. And I think I'm just going to keep building out this story. I've got lab reports coming out soon, which are going to be written in the same style as I've written the rest of the story. So it's basically how I talk.
You're giving me a Resident Evil journal.
Exactly. In fact, it's exactly like that. Imagine walking around Resi 2 and picking up the police reports. I
love that shit, dude. That itself is so cool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I think I'm just going to keep having fun with it. Like, I'm making sure we're doing it my way. And props are really keen to start giving added value to collectors and how we can not just airdrop something, but like make it interesting how they get the airdrop, and again, fold it into the narrative. You know, merch has always been a huge thing for me. Wearing it right now, I know they can't see me, but merch has always been a big thing for me, and I think almost token gating that in a way. Or we were talking about airdropping ERC 1155 tokens that they can then collect and spend in the store. Yeah, we've got so many ideas. Again, I don't want to promise anything, and some of these ideas are going to take a lot longer because of the fact that the sell out is slower, and that's fine by me. All I've got is time. This is my life.
Yeah. One of my dreams now is to bring Mark Zuckerberg in my metaverse home. I live on the edge of a waterfall. Your piece is on the edge of my waterfall, right there on the window glass sill, and then boom, I kick Web3 Zuckerberg off the cliff as he looks at the Waxbones.
Why don't we just invite him to the lab and start chopping him up?
Yeah, something, dude. Something needs to happen to metaverse, meta Zuck.
Yeah, I think we can. There's got to be something.
That's going to be a whole meme itself in life.
Yeah,
it's going to create a whole subculture of just ways to annihilate Zuck.
Ways to boot him off a waterfall.
Montage comes soon. They can see you though, honestly, because we are live, so your face is being shown constantly.
Oh, is it?
Yes. The mustache, every cadence, the shirt, the bookshelf, everything, the live chat. Dude, holy smokes, I learned so much. That was amazing. I think you have a really great thing on your hands. Not very few people get to know Bitcoinski. He's a rock star, and I think he's doing some cool stuff, and I know he's gonna take his people with him. And you're your own individual, and you're doing your own cool shit, and I support it. The Sensei supports it. Hold on, let me say something to that. What am I gonna say? This is the way.
This is the way.
As the man Mandalorian says it. You couldn't hear it, but it said it. This is the way.
Okay, cool.
Dude, this is the part of the stream. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I'm just having fun. Like I've got a cheeky beer here. I'm having a great time.
Let me see.
This is Northern Monk rhubarb and custard pale ale with a can designed by a good friend, Lee May Lamau.
Yo, the people in the UK are cheeky bastards. They love a good cheeky fucking beer, bro.
We do. We love it. We're a culture of binge drinkers.
The art has to be good. The name has to be good on the beer. It's wild.
Yeah.
I seen someone pour a beer on stream straight up like this. I fucking cringed.
Nice.
All the foam. I'm like, why? Why all the foam? Well, this is the part of the stream, beloved. Let me turn this off. Where we give you the gong. The gong is essentially the truth. Okay. When you hear the gong, the truth must flow out of you, whatever that truth may flow. Okay. You can chill. You can moon somebody on stream. You can say fuck your parents. It really just the truth was gonna come out.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna play the gong for you. Waxbones.
It's better to come in the sink than to sink in the calm. I'm going to leave it there.
Hold on. I gotta say something. Wow, deep as it comes, for sure. Guys, I had a great time here. This was. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, bro. Jeez.
Mate, let's go. I got all night.
So, yeah, I gotta go get some fucking food. But
Yeah.
dude, I'm going to make your project. Come in some
Thank
Twitter
you.
Spaces if you see me there, and I would love to bring you up on stage.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just spontaneously introduce your energy. I think it's good for the space. I know you're not, you're not money hungry or cash grabby. You're just trying to tell your own narrative here. You're trying to take
Yeah.
Web3 in your own hands.
Exactly. Mate, I'm here to have fun. And as long as I can keep a roof over my kid and my wife-to-be's head and just have a laugh doing it and meet cool people and collaborate with people that I would never be able to collaborate in a pre-Web3 world, then, I'm happy. I'm happy.
I got to get you on a round table sometime with some of these artist people and shoot the shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Live the dream, chat, eat ice cream, and above all, stay content. Peace. Peace, you fucking filthy animals.